Feel free to say.
Hello all and welcome to the second episode of the new podcast. Before I introduce this episode, I'd like to say a massive thanks to everyone who showed their support for the show last week by giving it a listen. It means a great deal to me and I have such lovely friends. One more thing before I introduce the week's guests. You may have noticed this podcast is currently lacking a title. If any of you geniuses are clever enough to think of a suggestion, please leave a comment below. Now, without further ado, let us begin this latest episode and introduce my very special guests. Yes, guests plural. Today I'll be joined by two exquisite people who, when they're together, create an incomprehensible sexual energy, are two of the most creatively talented people I know, and are both under the mighty height of 5 foot. Meg, Eve, welcome.
Hello.
Did you like the descriptions?
I'm not below 5 foot, but thank you very much, Joe.
Well,
the rest was pretty
I don't know
accurate.
about that. Yeah. The sexual energy is definitely the one that sticks.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Well, it's great to have you both on today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I might not be saying this later. I'm kind of fearing doing the editing due to the inappropriate tangents I feel we will delve into. I do hope you're both doing well in the turbulent times and keeping yourself busy.
Definitely.
Are you all busy at the moment, you know, with lockdown and all that?
Plenty of masturbation, Joe.
Oh, God, here it starts. What about you, Meg? You busy at the moment?
So busy.
So busy.
I'm just constantly at work.
Have any of you got jobs at the moment?
Oh yeah,
I have, yeah.
I'm raking it in.
Whereabouts are you working?
I'm working at Stringer.
Is that
I've been
still-
working OnlyFans.
Oh, really? I haven't seen your profile yet, Meg. You must give me a link. I'll plug it. Wait, Eve, is Stringer still open?
We're still having to set work for the kids, but it's closed at the moment.
Oh.
But it's great. I'm still getting paid full pay, so
Yeah, that
So
must
good.
be delightful.
I'm very lucky.
Well, Meg, I've seen through your Instagram and the likes that you've done a lot of cooking recently.
I have been. I've been loving it. It's my passion.
It's your passion. What's
Yeah.
the latest thing you've cooked then recently?
I think it was a roulade. It was really nice. I made homemade lemon curd and then made a roulade.
Yeah, I was quite
with
disappointed.
pistachios.
I didn't receive a package in the post.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Joe,
Yeah,
there is no thing. Next time you're on my list.
there is no thing.
Although I did cycle past your house yesterday, and I saw that you were in your bed, but I tried to give you a little wave, but you didn't see me. It's
That is so naughty.
I wonder what I was doing.
I wonder. Think
Eve,
back, it was about 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Probably just chilling. I
Having a
guess.
wank?
No. Blasphemy.
Oh dear.
Eve, have you taken up any hobbies?
I have. I've been cooking a lot of savoury food,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm writing a play at the moment.
Wow. Any
It's
little
very good.
inside you can give us inside information?
Into
What the play's about?
it's about, I guess you could say it's about young people confronting adulthood.
Okay. Something Meg struggles with.
For you. You could say that.
It's
Oh,
very funny.
what, have you read
It's
it, Meg?
got
I read the first little bit. It's very funny. There's a nice bit about mushrooms that made me laugh.
Oh, thank you. It's for the vegans. I've got to keep a wide demographic, you see. So there's murder, there's
Yeah.
vegans. I mean, what else do you want? I mean,
What
there's a
else do
bit
you
of.
need in a play?
There's a bit of sex, but not outright. And recently I did a scene where you just Actually, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah,
I'll just give a hint. There's
Save it,
there's a
save it.
vibrator involved.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
Well, if you
naughty.
couldn't tell already, I'm with two very creative people today. I think
Oh, stop it.
these hobbies, for cooking for instance, I just can't cook. I don't have the energy to be bothered to do it. I don't know.
You made me some nice packet rice once.
Yeah, I can make food when I want to, but
Some rice cakes.
if it takes
thing
longer
is,
than 20 minutes, I'm out of her.
No, what you
So
have
what
to
do
do
you
is
got?
you have to find a dish that is just like the instructions are really simple, and then you just got to play really good music, and
Yeah.
just it's like making a potion when you're little.
Naked.
It's so much fun.
But with a few less wood lice, dirt, and grass.
Oh, I loved those. A little bit of water.
A little bit of water.
Yeah, I spent snails on my body.
Okay, Meg. That's good to know.
I
used to
collected
flush them down the loo.
Oh, that's murder.
As well, is it?
Well,
Maybe
they will die at you. So yeah.
They can swim. They've got little arms.
I bet they can swim.
I bet they love all the bleach that's at the bottom of that toilet as well.
Yeah, snacking.
Slurp it up.
Presuming that I clean.
Oh, that is true.
I would have thought you'd get some cooking inspiration from working at Pizza 500, Joe.
Well, I do, but then again, I don't.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I have actually. To speak the truth, I have made one of the pastas they make, and it was amazing.
Was it the blue cheese one?
It was the spinach and gorgonzola. Yes.
Oh, hell.
Wow.
So good. That's my favourite.
It is delicious.
That sounds delicious.
It's criminal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely criminal.
But other than
what kind of pasta do you have with it?
I only had fusilli at hand, but if you want to go real
I quite
good,
like fusilli.
Yeah. If you want to get all the flavours, I've been recommended rigatoni for that sort of pasta.
Oh, gorgeous.
Lovely.
Why is this
I
podcast
just love
becoming
pasta.
a cooking show now? What's going on?
It's nice.
Yeah.
I love pasta. It's the way to my heart and my vagina.
Just a creamy linguine would sort Meg right out.
Right out. Do you think your hobbies reflect who you are as a person in a way? Because I think
Definitely.
I think creativity wise, maybe the reason I don't cook and sew is because deep down I'm not the most artsy person. I'm not like a drawer or anything. I'm more of a nerd. That's probably why I've been playing video games and stuff. But with
You're a nerd, though.
With you two, I think your creativity translates into your hobbies as well. Because obviously, Meg, you do sewing, I guess, probably.
Probably.
I just assume you do, and I'm guessing I'm right. But like cooking and stuff is quite interesting.
It's interesting you say that, Joe, because I know, for instance, that you're grade 8 in piano. That's extremely creative.
Grade 8, grade 5, but yeah, pretty much grade 8. Yeah, I'll take it.
Same thing.
And you like drama and music.
Yeah, you were in
creative.
It's hard to do music now since lockdown. You can't meet up, you can't rehearse. At least you got your brother.
To yourself.
Yeah, that's right. We've been writing songs, which is nice.
That is very nice. I tried to persuade him to learn some TikTok dances with me, but he was not obliged.
Meg, you've just said a banned word on this podcast.
I hate that.
Yeah, anything to do with TikTok gets in the bin. I will kick you from this call if you mention a word about TikTok again. Okay?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
There is nothing good about that site, that social media. I don't know what it is called, but
well, the thing is, I don't go on the app, but I just quite like to learn the dances because fun.
Yeah,
I think it brings a lot of joy to people, but a lot of pain to others.
So true.
I wouldn't share them. Well, I would, but I wouldn't. I won't.
Do you think with lockdown, people are becoming more creative because they're stuck indoors and they're like, I've got to do something. What should I do?
I'm sure they are.
Definitely. I mean, when you go to the shops, there's no sugar or flour. So I think a lot of people who used to, in my personal situation, what I used to do is I would literally just go to the pub, and that was kind of my hobby, I guess, would just be going to the pub and stuff. So now that's being taken away from me, I've kind of resorted to trying to keep myself busy.
I think a lot of Brighton have been baking because they've been stealing my yeast.
It's nice to see.
What have you been doing, Joe?
Sort of this, I guess. This is what I've been making. This is my. I have actually been writing a play as well, Eve. But I always just lose. I don't know. I lose my motivation. I find it very hard to keep writing.
That's interesting. I've had that before. How when you're creating, you're starting out, do you plan how your story, like where your story is going to end up, or do you just get an idea and get it onto the paper?
Idea onto the paper with me.
Yeah, because I'm the same, and only with this project I'm on at the moment did I sit down and plan an arc to the story. So then when I was writing it and I came up with a scene, I thought, oh, this will fit in there.
Yeah, you know where it's going to go.
I could, exactly. And it helps you keep up the motivation. Yeah. You could try that.
That is definitely something I should do. Yeah, I feel like my lack of planning probably just holds me back on that front. But,
I've definitely been there before.
Yeah, it's like the writer's block. It's a difficult thing to overcome.
Definitely.
But now you're an influencer. Influencer Joe with his podcast.
I am, indeed. I can command people at my will.
Joanna?
Sponsorship deals from Gymshark and all the likes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Do you think, like, your own, like, artistic, creative nature was sort of drawn and nurtured by your family, or was it like more due to external factors that like blossomed it? So like Megan, I know both of you have extremely creative families who are all into the sort of artistic world in their jobs and the likes. So like, do you really think that had the biggest impact on where you are now?
Definitely. I mean, none of my family are clever, so we have to find something else to do.
levels, you are clever.
No, I know, but we're like, I think we find joy in other things. Yeah. So we did a family quiz last night, and we came last out of all the awards, which was
was that embarrassing?
Refreshing.
Refreshing. And like, yeah, Eve, obviously your dad works in like films and stuff. I don't actually know what your mum does. That is something I should have found out. And your brother's at drama school at the moment.
Yeah, he's just graduated 3 years at drama school. My mum's actually the most academic out of all of us. She works at Brighton Uni in the marketing and business sector. But I would say for the Badger family, it all just started with my granddad because he was an actor, and he was actually in the first series of Doctor Who in the 60s.
That is crazy.
Oh, cool. So yeah, it kind of all started there.
So was it like sort of, you think once you have a creative person in your family, they're going to always try and pass it down?
Yeah, I think
inspire each other, don't you?
Definitely. And if you think like you can use creative and artsy as like ways to group people, but we've all got it in us. Like when you're a kid and you're playing with people, you're coming up with games. Like when I was younger, me and my mates would get together and we'd like play whatever and pretend to be stallions. But everyone plays characters when they're kids, and that's just a way of communicating. And I think art in general, any kind of art, whether it's music, illustration, acting, whatever, it's all a form of communication, which is just so important. And that's why you all enjoy it. When before you have to decide on a subject, when you're forced into picking only 3 subjects to study, before then you're able to experiment with loads of different types of subjects, and it's fun. And I'm sure, like Joe, you were in the school plays when you were younger, and you loved that, right?
Yeah, it was like probably some of my best memories, fondest memories from school. Just like the bonds you create, the like, it's not even, I love personally performing, like getting on stage and acting or singing, whatever. But I found it's more the friendships and memories you get from the experience overall. So even though,
I think it's just a very unfiltered sort of free friendships, which make them more special than other ones.
But especially when we're talking about the plays, even the rehearsals, at the time they were hell. Like you're just sitting there for hours, you're not enjoying them at all. But there's just these little moments, like the walk home with all the people, like a little laugh you have during it, that just makes
you miss it
so
afterwards.
special.
Definitely. I think also because you're all working towards something and you don't necessarily know how it's going to turn out. And then because we were so lucky with the productions always being amazing at Stringer, it was kind of like you come out of this journey and you feel like you're on top of the world, you know?
100%. 100%.
So nice. I missed it.
Yeah, I that's why I wanted to write a play to begin with, just to get everyone together, you know. And,
it'd be amazing.
Yeah, put it on. That'd be insane in the membrane.
What's yours about, Joe?
Well, the amount of ideas I've changed to is getting a bit stupid now. I'm now onto a guy in his house who's in lockdown, and things aren't as they seem, basically.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Jinx Paddock personal, no returns.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, because we all took creative subjects at secondary school, and you two both went on to continue them in your further education. But whenever I was there, the cuts to the government have made to creative options and the arts, I know they're getting more extreme now, but when I was there, I felt them in a limited way. Like, what I mean by that is, I definitely felt the emphasis on how you're awarded your level was going from practical over to exams. But other than that, I still felt we had a very creative school. I didn't feel the lack of funding affecting it too much. I may be wrong by that. I think we were blessed to be at the school we were. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
They definitely embrace the creativity in students at Stringer. I don't know, it felt very embraced as just as important as the other subjects, which was really nice that we went there.
Yeah.
Meg, did you feel like the funding, there was an effect as you went through the years, or you felt opportunities were missed that could have been there with a bit of extra cash?
I think that where the position we were in, I personally didn't notice it, but I'm sure as the actual school with government funding, they were the ones that noticed it. But I think that, like we were saying, the school we went to are very good at embracing the creative subjects and making them just as important to students as the other ones.
Yeah, because I know at Basvic and now Met, they make you pay a bit for resources and stuff. Well, Met, I think they make you pay for everything now, which is crazy. Going from secondary school, everything's there for you, and it makes you think how much money the school must be paying for that, and it's going to be extremely difficult to keep that on if the government decides, which it is at the moment, to reduce that funding. Bit sad.
Yeah, I definitely felt the cuts made a massive difference to my experience of college, because I went to an art school. So subject that was their top subjects at that school were, film, VAD, and performing arts like musical theatre and drama. So for those subjects to be constantly hit by the government and knocked, it definitely changed our experience. I know full well, because my brother went there a few years ahead of me. His experience of Brit was completely different to mine, because they had more money to go on fantastic trips to the theatre, and when they created a play, they could tour it around southern England, whereas when I went there, we had limited trips. We weren't able to tour it at all. It had to be at the school.
Yeah.
I mean, in some ways, yeah, and in some ways, there were sections of the course that weren't affected, and our course wasn't academic at all. So it really was just performance based, and we made the most out of it. But I think there more than we noticed the effects.
I was going to move on to that, Eve. So basically, for those that didn't know, Eve, after we finished secondary school, decided to go to only art school based in London, which is quite a step. I know your brother had already gone there, so you were sort of following a trodden path your family knew. But to move away from all your friends, I know a few went with you, but most of your friends, like all the bonds and connections you had, and I'd say it was inevitable they're going to suffer somewhat. How did you feel about it when you first went to Brit, basically?
Yeah, I found it really tough. What was difficult was the friendship groups at Stringer were so close but vast. So you'd have massive groups, which in some ways was great. But when moving away from it, for example, the structure of my course was different. So I'd be there 4 days a week, all day, have 1 day off. Whereas your college was, you'd have a few hours and you could go in the afternoon or in the morning. So inevitably, things like gatherings would be on a random day of the week. And my timetable never overlapped. So I'd get invites in the first year to the parties, and every time I'd have to say no. And naturally, people just kind of stopped inviting me. People I wasn't that close with. They just, if they don't see you, you're kind of out of sight, out of mind. But I don't know. I found it easy to stay friends with the closer friends, and I definitely have, like you, lovely people. But yeah, it's always difficult when you move away, and I'm sure people that are currently at uni and stuff have noticed, the friends you're not really close with just kind of slip away from you if you're not making a massive effort to stay in touch,
Yeah, definitely. I think if you're not spending a lot of time in the same, well, even when I went to Basel, I felt I was drifting away from previous friends who were not close, but I'd still call them a friend, and you drift away because it's so vast, and it's just, you sort of shrink.
Yeah, and you're
when you
so
get
busy.
Older.
Yeah.
Like Meg, for instance, I felt you're quite a I'll say this, you're quite a, I wouldn't say very social. You're very you make friends and stuff, but you don't look for that sort of big group. You just look for amazing bonds with people where you can actually create something instead of just having this meaningless friendship with people, I'd say.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I connect with people sort of I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, you connect with people on quite a deep level, I'd say. Like when you click with someone, that's like a long lasting thing. It's not like something that's just going to be thrown away.
Oh, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw you away soon, but.
Oh, thank you.
No, and definitely being at a different school, you're not around them, so like you say, they put you at the back of your mind. And when you're not spending time, you're going to inevitably drift apart from people. But I have to, obviously you weren't getting invited to as many parties and stuff. Did that give you a feeling of being left out, or were you sad at any point? Because I know you made a lot of good friends, which obviously your personality is quite good for that, because you're a social person.
Thank you. Yeah, I never felt upset about it, because it was something I just completely understood, and it was so obvious to me that it was going to happen. I just kind of was in denial about it. When I decided to go to a college, which meant, getting up at 6 and getting home at 6:30, I knew commitment to a different lifestyle. I know it sounds really dramatic, but it's just, as soon as you get small indifferences in your day-to-day life, naturally things like friendship groups or just the amount of time you have on your hands has completely changed. But I don't know, I never felt sad, because as you say, I did make friends when I was there, and they're friends for life, so I'm grateful of that, definitely.
100%.
It would have been a struggle if I hadn't have fit in and I'd had an unhappy time there, definitely. But yeah, I was lucky in that respect.
And I know both of you. Let's do something a bit more. I don't know, less serious now. I know both of you got like older siblings. I have one younger. I don't have an older sibling. What was it like, kind of growing up? Like Meg, you have two older. Did they sort of does it made you a more mature person, or was it just sort of? I don't know.
I'm so mature.
Well, that's weird because I think you are deep down in mature situations, but then
I think it depends on
flip. You got both sides to you.
Maybe that is a maturity, though, being able to be childish.
Like my mum absolutely adores you.
That is very nice. I love your mum too.
Yeah, she might not after this podcast, but what? She was listening to it today, and I could tell when Stan was talking about how we were getting fucked for my birthday, she was just
unimpressed,
shaking her head at me like, "Oh, Joe."
No. Yeah, I don't know. I like having older siblings. I always fancied their friends.
You always fancy their friends.
Oh,
so
same.
That's a positive of having an older sibling. They bring over good lookers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think as company as well. I mean, when my sister was at college and I was in year 11, her and her friends were my best friends, which was really nice. So we would hang out, and they would treat me as if I was the same as them, which was nice.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
So I guess you hang around to older people, which maybe makes you more mature. Who knows? Eve, what about you?
I think, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, because I think it's the maturity that you find when you have older siblings is emotional maturity, like being able to understand how to behave in difficult situations. Because, I mean, my brother can really get on my tit, like any sibling. But he has definitely helped me when I've been, when someone's hurt me and I'm getting a bit, down in the dumps, he's helped me deal with it. Or when you just have a really basic but challenging friendship difficulty. So if you don't know how to cope with a certain situation, I know I'm being so vague, but because he's 4 years older,
he's been through it.
Exactly.
So they're like a mentor almost.
Yeah. Yeah,
also get great clothes hand-me-downs.
Yeah, I wish I got hand-me-downs, but then again, my brother is taller than me, so I do just wear what he has. So actually, I did get hand-me-downs.
My wardrobe.
Yeah.
Is Zoe's. Very nice.
And Meg, what was it like when your siblings leave the house? Because obviously, before lockdown, I assume a few of them have come back. Have any of them come home?
Jem was living in Canada. He's come home. And Zoe is still living in Glasgow with her boyfriend.
Oh, she's got a boyfriend now.
Yeah, they've been together a couple of years. Very nice. But I think when Zoe left home, it was a big shock because she left when we were probably at our closest. So it was probably crying for a month, which was intense. But then it was fine. I got a bigger room and
sorry, the materialistic.
We chat on the phone.
The materialistic gain you got from it makes up for losing a sibling. Yeah, I can tell my brother's eyeing up my room when I leave. You feel the same, Eve, when Harvey left? Did you feel like a gaping hole, or was it sort of?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, me and my brother have always been really close, like best friends, really. And we shared a bedroom and everything, so we live in a small flat. So despite being happy I have my own room, it was also kind of like, well, there's just another empty bed in my room. But yeah, no, I did miss him a lot. What was fun was going to stay with him at uni.
Yeah, it's nice that he's close.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because he was in London, so he wasn't too far.
That's not bad. Whereas like Glasgow and Canada, you're not gonna have a little trip up.
Actually, I did go to Scotland quite a few times, which is really nice.
How do you get there? Train or do you fly?
I've tried both. Train was pretty intense. It was like 8 hours. But
oh gosh,
I've done both. Both are good.
I was always wondering,
I love Scotland though.
How do you have to like tell your sibling, you know, I need a bit of me time? How do you let them know where, you know, to release yourself?
Yeah, what about when you need a wank?
Yeah, exactly.
So you basically just say,
Oi, look.
Very straight, you just say fuck off, and then he kind of gets the message. No, it's, to be honest, we when it gets to like the evening and stuff, he'll go in the living room and FaceTime his girlfriend for like 5 hours, and I'll be left alone.
Brilliant.
So
that's all you need.
It's
5 hours,
time to write in my diary. Yeah.
Meg, do you have a diary?
Well, no, not really. I'd love to have one. I did have one for a bit, but it was sort of over about 5 years, so it's just got the really juicy stuff in it, which is, I guess, what you want to look back on.
Oh yeah, like who you
definitely.
But I don't know. I've been writing letters since we've been in quarantine, which is nice to look over. To people, not to myself.
Just, dear Meg.
Dear Meg.
How are you?
Good morning. But no, not a proper diary. I should start one.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be nice to just record all your, you know, your feelings and what's going on.
You should definitely do it, because when I look over it, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that day. And when you read through it, it just brings everything back.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, oh, today, you know, I mean, obviously we can't really do much in lockdown, but if it was a day where you just went out for coffee with your mates and talked about something, if you came home and wrote about it and what you talked about, reading it through a few months later, obviously you would have forgotten that conversation, but being able to remind yourself is quite nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Is that what you miss most, guys? The coffees, or was it?
Oh, beer
just
and
the
coffee.
company. Company and hugs.
Because even when it was sort of isolation,
I don't know. I think I miss beer more than company.
I'm not surprised, Eve, with you.
No, I'm joking. I do really miss, you know, being in a lovely beer garden with a cold pint of whatever you like, whether it's Kronenberg or Amstel, whatever.
Because I wouldn't mind if soon the government's like, okay, you're allowed to meet 5 people, but they've got to be the same 5. Like, that could be quite good.
That would be so nice.
Just to start.
Yeah, but imagine if you're one of those people that hasn't been picked for one of the 5.
Yeah, what if you don't get chosen? I'd be so heartbroken.
I feel like everyone's got a friend who can choose them.
Yeah, hopefully.
So it's not an issue, but you know, for those saddos out there, whoever you are listening in, I pity you.
Them. The saddos are the ones listening in, so actually you're right, it should be addressed.
Probably asked later.
Yeah, we're acting all cocky now. When they enact this policy, we're going to be like looking at our phones like, wait a second.
Anyone?
They teamed up against us.
You're literally going to have signs out your house like, please pick me.
I'm free.
I offer good hugs and I'll buy you a pint.
Because that's what they've done in Belgium. In Belgium, you're allowed to meet 10 people, but they have to be the same 10.
I think it's interesting because obviously everyone's trying to work out in their head how long it's going to last, what the next rules are going to be. But it's so difficult because we're unable to kind of copy other countries because we're like no other country as it exists at the moment, you know?
We're shit.
We're awful.
We are shocking. Like New Zealand's already, well, I know it's a smaller country, but they're already coming out of lockdown and they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But
it's interesting you say that because you guys know Louis Nummy. He's out there at the moment still.
Yeah. Did he stay out there then?
Yeah, he's been there since November and he decided to stay. And he said, you know, like obviously it's quiet, but the thing is with New Zealand is everyone lives so far apart. So it's easier, you know, to distance from people because their houses are, you know, miles apart.
Whereas we're all crammed in on this tiny island.
Exactly.
Have you been to New Zealand? You haven't you, Joe?
Yeah,
your family live there?
I've been twice. I was meant to go this year, but yeah, obviously
I do feel for you.
Traveling. Yeah, I feel like at first I was really angry about it all, but then you've got to learn that it's out of your control. You've got to accept.
Yeah. Everyone's in the same boat.
That's why when people were thinking, oh yeah, when's this going to end? You can't get too caught up in it. You've got to relax, take a step back and look at the wider picture. Everyone's in the same position.
Calms.
No one
meditate. Eat pasta
Yoga.
Eat pasta, yoga. Have you been doing much yoga,
More
Meg?
pasta.
I did quite a lot of yoga at the beginning. I haven't done much. I've been working out in the morning.
Ooh. What your workouts include?
Well, I've started Chloe Ting. Is it Chloe Ting's workout thing on YouTube? It's great. I mean, it's horrible.
What's that guy called on YouTube? That PE teacher? He got quite big in lockdown.
Oh, Joe. He's called Joe. I love him.
He's awful.
Me and my mum did that together.
Honestly, shocking, his workout.
No, he's gorgeous. Me and my mum and Jen were doing it, and he was pretending he was Spider-Man. We had to shoot the webs. It was great.
Oh, that's great.
It gets you up, gets you going.
And he does like cute little things like, oh yeah, keep going, you're doing great. Or he'll be like, oh god, yeah, that burns.
Yeah, and it's so encouraging, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Yeah, the other day I was doing one, and the woman was like, I was about to give up. I was very tired, and she went, "You've got this. I'm so inspired by you," and I really felt it.
So did she look in your eyes and say it?
Yeah, I mean, I really felt like she was talking to me.
That's so sexy.
So
you get this.
You get this. What's being sexy is a workout person being nice and sweaty and telling you to keep going.
Yeah.
No, it's the eye contact, Joe. It's the eye contact.
The dead eye contact.
As they squat. What you do. All right, Eve, I'll set the picture. You're walking into a bar, right? Obviously, you've got a boyfriend, I know. But you spot this hunk of a man. He's quite... Or woman. She or he.
Hunky-dory.
Quite dashing. How would you get their attention?
A hunk of a woman. How would I get their attention? Right. So you want to walk past and you want to subtly, accidentally, like touch their back with your bag or something, and then turn around and just say, "Oh, excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to touch you like that."
Meg, how would you respond to what
I'm not done. I'm not.
If I was the hunk of a man.
Yeah, you're the hunk of the man.
I'd say, out. Okay. Get off, woman.
Eve, continue.
I'm so apologetic. and I'd be like, look, I'll get you a drink to apologise. And then Meg, over to you.
But you smell like beef.
Oh god.
Get away from me.
It's turning into a disaster.
Can I just say,
who's this smelly beefy lady?
She's the most aggressive hunk of woman. You're so aggressive. I'd say, all right, okay. I'll get rid of the smell. So I'll go to the loo.
Yeah, freshen up.
Strip, get the bar soap, run it all over my body.
We're gonna have to stop you here, Eve, because YouTube only allows a certain amount of sexy content.
Yummy.
So
I think in our hypothetical situation, definitely get it on.
Definitely.
I would have banged you in the bathroom. Even if you smell like beef. I'm not a vegetarian. I don't mind.
So raunchy.
Beefy baby.
Eve, what was your favourite pub and Meg before lockdown ended?
Oh, easily Sidewinder. If you've never been.
You don't have to walk far.
Oh my god.
Is it in the lovely area of Kemp Town?
It is in Kemp Town.
Yeah, that's a bit of a trek.
It's I'll describe it to you.
Go on then.
Everything's wood and really, so it looks beautiful, but they have 2 beer gardens. One is undercover and they have booths with heaters around. So when it's raining, you can smoke or whatever. And then the other one, it's open and they have decking and then grass with benches. Right. And it is just amazing.
What did you say it was called?
Sidewinder. It's named after a jazz song.
What did you say,
and
Meg?
Well, I was saying I like the open house because I don't have to walk far to get home.
It's lovely.
I can't think now. I don't go to many pubs. I think I should. I think you guys need to take me out.
I feel like we should definitely embark on some countryside walks.
I'd love that. Maybe we should go youth hosteling.
I think that idea has been in the works for about 10 years now.
I remember talking about this in year 10.
Yeah, that's
I'm the only one that's been.
So long ago.
It'd be gorgeous. We just stroll. We can have snacks in our pockets.
Flasks
the world is our oyster. Yeah.
Very true. Where would we go though? Just South Downs?
Yeah, well, you just go to
Yeah, we could go along
hostels.
Devil's Dyke.
It'd be gorgeous.
Would you be up for doing like the whole of the South Downs from Winchester to Eastbourne?
Yes.
Mate,
Fuck it, yeah.
I don't think you would.
I've got strong legs, Joe. You don't underestimate these thighs.
Nice.
The calves.
I'm trying to remember the name of the leg part. These what's it called?
The knee.
The knee.
Oh.
The leg. I've got.
I actually do underestimate my knees. I keep on clicking. I'm so old. I can't bend down without struggle.
Is the yoga not helping you out?
No, it's making me more clicky. I think I'm doing it wrong.
How can you do it wrong? Do you not just watch a video?
Yeah, no, I do it from memory, the yoga. Although I had a cup of tea and 3 smoothies this morning, and then went into a downward dog, and I thought it was going to be sick everywhere.
Oh my god, that sounds so dangerous.
It was. I was so sloshy.
I can hear it, Meg. I can hear it.
What up? I do apologise.
Yeah,
What kind
really
of smoothie did you make?
Well, my mum made it. It was purple.
Ooh.
So I'm assuming blueberries, maybe raspberries, possibly a banana. Who knows?
I was just going to say, when you make your smoothies, because it's different for everyone, do you use water in it, or do you use juice, or do you use plant-based milk? What do you do?
Normally soy milk.
Interesting.
But sometimes water to make it...
a healthy alternative.
Yeah, well, water to make it less thick, because otherwise it gets quite thick. And then if we have fruit juice, I might pop some of that in.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got in
I
here.
feel
when
like
we
a
could.
celebrity.
Yeah, me too.
So just pay me afterwards, yeah, guys. Remember the bribe.
We'll pay you in something else.
You'll pay me in something else. Oh,
Yeah, I'll drop some lemon curd round at some point.
that would be beautiful, Meg.
It was actually a little bit grainy. It wasn't as good as I hoped.
Oh.
I think I overcooked the egg yolks. It's not supposed to be textured. We do.
I'm going to say it now. I can't stand eggs.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of eggs either.
There's something about them. There is something about them.
Eggs are the most versatile ingredient. I think they're wonderful.
I don't know. I just have this sick feeling when I eat them.
Maybe you're doing it wrong.
How can you boil or fry something wrong?
I don't know. I'm sure you'll find a way. I think I know what you mean. I have gone through phases where eggs have just not been my friend, but you've got to learn to love them because they're very clever.
What was your guys' fondest memories in the plays you did at Stringer?
Of eggs.
Of eggs. Is that? I swear we were talking about eggs before.
Yeah. I said I was going to ask you about eggs, and you said, "Don't ask me about eggs."
So you've just gone and brought up eggs.
It managed to slide its way in there. I think it was me. Oh dear.
Our favourite memory, Joe?
Yeah.
Strokey back.
Oh, strokey back in the... Yeah.
Oh,
should we explain to listeners what that means?
Yes.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Go on, Joe.
What, you want me to describe it?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, basically, backstage, you know, we weren't, none of us were like the main characters in the final year play. So we had quite a lot of time to our own devices, basically.
Be distracted.
Yeah, be distracted.
Touch each other.
Quite right, yeah. So, behind the curtains, in the wings, you know, things get a bit
pitch
raunchy.
Black.
Get a bit raunchy. It's a bit dark.
It's dark. It's dusty.
Can't see who you're thrusting against. So we'd all sit down in a line.
Take our clothes off.
We really didn't.
We were in school uniform. Remember?
We were in school uniform. Imagine us all sitting in a line, and then with your nails or your fingertips, the person in front of you'd scratch their back. It's not really a scratch, I'd say. It's more like a
strokey back.
Yeah, stroke, but scratchy back.
It's a caress.
Caress.
It's not a caress. That's hugging.
No.
It's what?
You can Meg. Caress doesn't. Caress means I don't know.
A light touch.
Yeah, a light touch. There you go.
Oh, I thought it was like embracing, like a full-on snuggle.
No. So when you said you weren't academically bright, Meg, you actually meant it.
I know some adjectives and nouns. Thank you.
Some.
Go
It's
on, give us some.
important.
Give us some. Give us your best adjective and noun, Meg.
Running.
You come up with running.
Well,
So
I don't know. Anyway.
when you write your English exam, you want to really spice it up. You know what I'll do? I'll describe them as running. That will really twist the knickers of the examiner.
A running rainbow. There you go. That's like a superbly or something.
No,
whatever.
it's alliteration, but yeah, carry on. Well, keep digging the hole, Meg. Keep digging it.
Anyway, I was going to say, Joe, much to your happiness, guess what I've done over quarantine?
I don't know. What have you done? I really don't know what would make me happy.
I've grown my nails, so I can give really good scratchy backs now.
Yeah, and top tip for scratchy back: have long nails. So Eve actually
Yes,
filed her
darling.
nails down to be specifically good at scratchy back.
Did I really? That sounds like me.
It does sound like
I remember all of us fighting over you because
you were the only one with the nails.
Eve, we were in for a good time.
I did have long nails.
Yeah, gorgeous. Mine were like Shrek fingers, but now I would half call myself a lady.
Oh,
no, babe, you're a full lady. You're a hole.
Well, there's a couple of nails that are broken, so they're back to Shrek stage 1, but we're halfway there.
We're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer.
Yes, please.
I'm not going to carry on.
Please do, serenade.
I'm getting wet, Joe. Carry on.
Well, now it seems as good as time as ever to end this brilliant last hour.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Shall I keep going forever? You've got to get to a barbecue, you said.
Oh, hell. When is that?
15
Meg,
minutes.
It's only 3:15.
Meg, what meats are you going to have?
Huh? What are we having?
Oh.
Yeah, what are you having?
Well, I've heard rumours of burgers. Jem mentioned some blue cheese sauce, which I'm definitely excited about.
God, that sounds amazing.
But it's sunny outside, and that means sizzle, sizzle, pop it on the fire.
Have you guys ever tried the blue cheese dip from Frank Manca?
No, I have not.
No.
Oh, with a little bit of garlic bread.
Oh.
Is that your favourite pizza place in Brighton, Eve?
Oh.
Obviously,
it's definitely
after Pizza 500, of course, yeah.
You know, I've only ever been to Pizza 500 once, and that was for your birthday.
I would say that Pizza 500, most authentic, nicest restaurant. Frank Manca, though, the crusts are really quite superior.
I
just love sourdough.
I disagree with sourdough. I think it's just a personal preference. Whereas I find it afterwards, it pains you afterwards. Like
it is a different vibe. It's
you feel your weight moving down. You're like, it's actually it just stuffs you up too much, in my opinion.
It is heavy bread. And I did try a VIP pizza the other day. Really good.
Good.
I didn't rate VIP actually.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was just in a good mood.
Yeah. Was it takeaway?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was going to say
it's very nice.
You can't get anything else right now.
No. Well, the thing is, because I was coming home from a bike ride and I saw their pizza boxes in about 4 different people's recycling bins, and I thought, got to try it. So I did.
Got to give it a whirl.
And I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for VIP.
Have
you cycled to the beach every day, Meg?
Most days. A couple of times in the rain, but normally when it's raining, no.
Yes.
But yeah, Ovendene, riding to Ovendene every day is very gorgeous. I'd recommend.
Yeah, I might start cycling. We could cycle together. We'll just do a metre apart. 2 metres apart, is it? 3 metres?
Joe, you can't say that.
Oh.
It's 2 metres, Joe. 2.
If we just accidentally collide on the Undercliff path, I'm sure
we won't be chased down by the feds.
No. It is a good place where there are no police on the Undercliff path, as of yet.
Well, Meg, for the second time, it was brilliant. Brilliant having you on this.
No!
For joining me. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Joe.
For those still listening, thanks for staying this long. If you have enjoyed, leave a comment below. A new name and a hobby you have picked up during isolation. Anyways, sayonara, folks. See you next time.